So, to begin with, first you had Germany, who started finding parents who basically didn't get their children vaccinated. Next you had Italy, who, well, basically made vaccinations mandatory. And now, France has just passed a law saying from 2018 onwards, vaccines are now compulsory. And why are they doing this? To combat anti-vaxxers. It's a bizarre thing that you look at sort of those three countries that have had to pass those laws. You look at the number of outbreaks and deaths from, things like measles outbreaks were nothing, and then because of people like Andrew Wakefield and the other nut jobs that spout his nonsense, or basically people who think that, big pharma's out to get them, have caused this. They've caused these deaths. They've caused this anti-science, illiteracy that has consequences, and that consequences is going to actually get people killed. And as I've said before, if you destroy the herd immunity, then you put other people at risk. There are people out there who can't have these vaccines. Children who have to have, transplants at a young age. They can't have vaccines because their bodies can't take it. So they have to rely on herd immunity. If they suddenly get measles, they're dead. There's no two ways, going two ways about this. So now you have France saying, look, yeah, because of the increased rates we're having, this is absolutely unacceptable. And then their version of their Minister for Health has basically come out and said, look, in the country of Louis Pasteur, the guy who invented probably two of the most important, vaccinations in the world, to have people dying from preventable diseases is absolutely unacceptable. And it is in this age. How can you say that, this is, I'm not going to get my child vaccinated? Well, no. I'll stop right there. There is no reason, not to get your child vaccinated. Everything that these anti-vaxxers have put out has been debunked thoroughly, completely. And even me, someone who, the furthest I have gone in my sort of, biology, was I have a GCSE in biology. That's as far as I've gone. But even I, who have gone only that far, can tell that these people who are pushing this anti-vax nonsense are full of bullshit. So, if you're a parent, get your child vaccinated. Or if you know that your parents didn't get your child, and you were a child who hasn't been vaccinated, then get vaccinated for your own safety. And don't continue on this ridiculous anti-vax nonsense. Because, as I've said, and we've done videos before, the big worry is that one of these viruses, that was easily preventable, mutates and becomes, 10 times worse. And then it renders everyone's protection useless. So, there you have it. France has done it. Possibly other European countries are going to follow. Like I said before, in the UK, we have finally got back to the rates of the MMR and other vaccinations that we had before Andrew Wakefield, which is good. So we've done a good job on that, and other countries haven't, so they've had to put these laws into place. And quite frankly, it's a public health issue, and they have every right to. So there's going to be a martyr at some point. Someone is going to, one of these stupid anti-vax people is going to throw themselves onto this to try and martyr themselves through stupid reasons. But that's literally what's going to happen. And if you decide not to vaccinate your child and you turn up to a hospital with measles, or that your child turns up with measles, then you deserve everything that you have coming to you because you didn't listen to the scientific consensus. There is no one out there who disagrees that that vaccines are not safe, that they are not effective. We need vaccines. It has been the most important public health development ever, putting these through. This is why mass vaccination programs exist. But you try telling these idiots this, and no, it just doesn't seem to get through because they want to believe stupidity. Remember, we're having a resurgence of flat earthers. Of all the things, flat earthers. And that just, that boggles my mind completely. So, yeah. Good on France. No doubt anti-vaxxers, as usual, will be up in arms and, throwing fits of rage over this. So, yeah. And no doubt I'll probably get a load of anti-vax people below this saying that this is a tragedy and some sort of blow against liberty and freedom. Well, you can get vaccines, you can get measles all you want, but the problem is your measles will spread. And you put yourself and you put other people at risk. Preferably the people who don't have the choice, your children at that stage, who don't have that choice to get vaccinated. So, that's all I've got to say on that matter, really.